Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us once again to another Guzman's, Boars, and Angus video. Today's video, we're going to be discussing some of our older or our only 3 bucklings that we have this year. We're going to kind of briefly talk about how we did our weaning and show you guys our availability. So these last 2 clips that you guys saw are of our 3 bucks. Essentially, the traditional headed dapple, this black buck, and then the cappuccino buck. So these bucks were born back end of February. So that puts them out currently at about 4-ish months. And as you can see here, this is currently this week. So these are the 3 bucks now. The dapple headed, the cappuccino, and the blackhead. So these are the only 3 bucks that are intact that we're gonna leave intact for this year. Everyone else that was a buckling is gonna be weathered. So these 3 bucks currently got weaned this past week. So they are approximately little 4 going on 5 months. Typically, we tend to wean our kids at about 3-ish months. But because these bucklings we kind of knew, we wanted to leave them intact. We wanted them to grow out a little bit better, so they stayed with their moms a little bit longer. And for those of you guys that have been following our channel, you guys know that last year we did build out this nice little pen. I want to say it's about 3/4 to a full acre. Essentially, they're gonna have this entire pen to go ahead and grow out and eat for approximately the next month or so. So technically, these guys, their mothers kind of already weaned them out. They were still nursing, but their moms kind of weaned them out already. But separating them out over here is going to fully wean them out. It's going to let their mothers fully dry out for the next breeding season, which is about to start here in another month and a half or so. But the main purpose that we do bring these guys out, we separate these guys out in their own pen, is so we can watch them closely and they have access to a bit more feed. So on this side, you can see there's only going to be 5 goats over here. These 3 plus the 2 alpine ducklings that I recently acquired. So about 3/4 to an acre of grass is going to be more than enough for these guys. Essentially, like I said, they'll be here for another month or so until we find buyers for them. So these 3 goats will be available within the next 2 weeks or so. This dapple-headed buck is the only one that's going to go registered. So I recently put in the papers for him to get registered, and I believe he's going to come out about 93%. I'm still waiting for that paperwork, but I'm going to say he's going to be about 93. These other 2 colored bucks, they're all going to be commercial. So they are sired by the same buck. They are sired by my main buck, Mooney, but their dam is commercial, whereas the dapple-headed, his dam is registered. But from these shots, you can see, if you guys saw my last video, you guys saw that I did have to get rid of one of my bucks because he was lacking in the right departments. His jewels were not packing. These 3 bucks already have bigger jewels than what that buck had prior. So that being said, I believe these 3 bucks are going to make great herd sires. Not only are they full, like I said, you guys have already seen my buck Mooney. These guys are built like Mooney. They're nice and stout, and they're nice and wide as well. Not only that, they also have really good color. So that's why not only are they built good, but they also have nice color. Next here, I want to show you guys kind of what their dams look like. So this is that commercial doe. She is the dam for those 2 colored bucklings. So the black buckling and the cappuccino, which I call them. So she is our main doe as far as the most dominant. So she's kind of the pack leader. Whatever she says goes, in a sense. She's also really big, really tall, and she's not full boar, as you can tell, but she is, I want to say, at least 50, probably closer to 60-70% boar. She's been with us since she was young, so we've had her for about 5-6 years already. This is the dam for the dapple-headed. She is registered 99%, and you can tell she is full boar. Not as big as the commercial doe that we just saw, but she's a lot more meatier. And you can see she is very feminine in the way she walks. And you can see both of them standing side by side there. The other one's a lot bigger, but the registered one is a lot more stockier and wider. And this is a good angle of that black buckling. You can just see how wide they stand. So when I look at what bucks or what bucklings are going to stay intact, I do look for size. I look for girth, how meaty they are, and obviously you want a buck that's going to be packing as well. So all three of these guys seem like they're going to be doing the job. And the last factor is going to be that color. So a lot of people do like that color. So that was the third option, or the third factor, fourth factor for them. These bucklings, like I said, they are 4 months. Typically, bucks are mature at minimum 6 months. So the soonest I would put these guys out, if they were gonna breed a doe, the soonest I would put them out would be in about another month and a half. That being said, I personally would like growing them out another year. That way they can reach full size, and they can actually reach or be of size to be able to breed some of the bigger does. They can probably still do it, but if you have really big does, they might struggle a little bit. But typically, I like having my bucks a little bit older. Reason for that being is I like to cycle my bucks after every 2 to 3 years. So I don't want my bucks first year breeding. I want him to be able to breed every single doe. That way, when he's done with his cycle, his does or his daughters will be of mature by the time I need to replace them. As opposed to keeping them or having them breed a little bit younger, then I don't want to get rid of them his prime year, which would be year number 2. Essentially, that's going to be their prime, one of their prime years. I think prime years going to be 2 or 3 as far as size, girth, and then just the way they look. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Keep a lookout on our website, goosenboarsandangus.com. That's our buck Mooney. He's a sire for those 3 bucklings, absolute beast. But keep a lookout on our website, goosenboarsandangus.com. 2 of those will be going as commercial. One of them can either go commercial or registered. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.